Hello, I'm Paul here. If you watch my previous videos, I've gone over strategies with two main indicators, and one of them being the Andean Oscillator. And I showed you the power of doing this with, doing it, looking at on the hour. And it's going to be about crypto, but doing it on the hour and finding good moments of getting in based off of the hour. But what I want to kind of go over today is kind of how to do more of intraday, daily, trading, and using the same formula. What we want to do in this scenario here is we want to get an idea of the overall trend, and then we want to go to a shorter time frame and use the indicators to find those moments. Now, you might be able to eventually do this without the indicators and eventually get it to a point when you can just read the charts for yourself and make those judgments. But for some people, they need a little bit of visual reassurance, and that's usually me. I like to, I can look at a chart and, you could potentially probably do this without having these charts, but I like having a visual representation that's what it's doing. So I'm a more of a visual person, so I like to see it and to confirm it in charts. Seeing it with just the candles is a little bit harder for me, so I like having at least one or two more indicators just to kind of confirm things. Maybe eventually when you get the practice of it, you won't need these indicators. But for this video today, we're going to be looking at crypto, and mainly we're going to be focusing on Bitcoin here because, point to this video, it's like 5 days away from the halving event. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do this now, but really, I really want to use this strategy really when everything kind of settles down, when there's not a parabolic run, and when everything's tanking. So for this strategy, what you want to do is you want to look on the 6 hour. You want to look at the 6 hour, you want to get direction, and then you want to go to a smaller time frame. Like me personally, I'll do 5 or 15. So what I'm going to do in this video, we're going to get an idea of the overall direction by looking at the 6 hour. We'll also confirm it by looking at the indicators, and then we're going to go over to a smaller time frame to find the moments of getting in and out. So with the help of the indicators, so this strategy is going to be with the help of the indicators, but eventually in time, you might not need the indicators, but that takes practice. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to look for this on a intraday level with crypto. Okay, so before we begin, we need to have two indicators loaded here to also confirm the direction here. So you want to have your Andean Oscillator and your RCI 3 lines. And I've made videos about this. This just confirms everything. So, and the linear line. So you need linear line method, the Andean Oscillator, and the RCI 3 lines. I'll show you how to set it up real quick. Now, I have videos on linear line. I'm not going to be going over this one. I have videos. I'll put links below for my linear line video, but to save time, I'm not going to be talking how to set up linear line. I've made videos on it. The Andean Oscillator, I'll go through it real quickly. It's easy to set up. You just go to, you'll search for Andean Oscillator. It's going to look like this, and all I do is I change the signal line to white, and the bull is to a bright green, and the bear is to a bright red. And that's how I set it up. So that's how I set up the Andean Oscillator. The RCI 3 lines, I check off the middle. Let me show you how to get it first. You go to your indicators and you punch in RCI 3 lines. It's by Giro. So basically you load it up, and I change the lines. I check off the middle. So you're not using the 3 lines, you're just using the short and the long. And The colors really don't matter, but I like keeping them bright. So that's how you set it up. So you got linear line, Andean oscillator, and RCI 3 lines. So we removed the third line. So what you want to do in this strategy is you want to look on the 6 hour. And you want to look on the 6 hour and you want to figure out solid direction. And what the purpose of this is we're going to try and figure out what the overall direction is. So what you really need to have is some solid candles. You need to have 2 candles. You need to have 2 candles in the last like 12 hours that have it's like solid. They need to be more like these candles over here. This is solid direction. These 2 candles here are more like you start to see there being struggle with direction here. But anyway, another good thing about doing it on the 6 hour is if you find a moment in the Andean oscillator where you see it crossing right here, this is a big dead giveaway of what direction it's starting to go. So you see right here there where the red line, when the red line crosses the signal line, that is a huge signal of a downtrend. And we see that happening right here. It happens right here. From this moment, when it crosses the signal line on the 6 hour, you see it from here and you would be in profit. You still would be in profit even though it's kind of doing a little bit of consolidating. You'd be in profit. And then you also see what you want to look for on the RCI 3 lines is you want to see it when we know the direction is down. You want to focus on the moments when the red line or whatever color that line is, when the red line's going down. So you see that happen here, and you see that happen here. You know the direction's down. You focus on the moments where it's going down. So right there's down, and well, it's not really crossing there, but down there. And down there. So it shows on these 2 indicators the direction. So we overall here, we know the direction of where it's going. And let's just load the consolidation one here as well. I like to have consolidation so we know if it's consolidating, that's happening right now. It's kind of just bouncing right now because it doesn't know what direction to go. But let's just say for the sake of this, the 6 hour here, that direction is down. And we can kind of confirm that right now because it's crossed here. It hasn't crossed through the signal line on the Andean oscillator yet, which means it's not even retracing to go back up yet. So it's consolidating. It's consolidating, but it hasn't even retraced to go back up yet, and it's probably not going to. So we can pretty much confirm that the direction is down. It might try to go up, but ultimately right now, what it's looking like is the direction is down. So once you have figured out the direction, you need to move on to a smaller time frame. So we're going to go move on now that we know the direction is down. And when you're doing this, when there isn't a lot of hype around Bitcoin, you know, the Bitcoin halving and it pumping and dumping, really use this strategy for when it's kind of just settled and these events aren't going on. Use this strategy. You find the last 2 candles, and really you want to enter when you have 2 healthy candles, like these ones over here. This is a healthy downtrend over here. Right over here it's consolidating, but for the sake of this video, we're going to be looking at the smaller time frame. So I usually go to the 15-minute here. We go to the 15-minute, and since we know the direction is down, what we want to look for, that red line. We want to look for the red line to cross the signal line. So what you want to look for are a couple things with these indicators. You want whatever direction it's going, since we know the direction it's going down, you want to see that red line going through the green line. The red line has to go through the green line, or the red line has to cross the signal line. So those are moments of getting in trades. The red line has got to cross the green line in an uptrend, or it has to cross the signal line, because that will be a confirmed downtrend. And we can see that that's happening right now. It looks like we're in a downtrend just by this 15-minute, these 15 minutes here. We see the red line cross the green line, and it looks like it's about to cross the signal line too. So this is a big signal of a downtrend. And if I was scalping this on an intraday level, this is what I would be doing. If it was opposite and we were dealing with the green, we would be looking for the green going through the red line and crossing the signal line. So you either, if you're doing a bearish move here, you want to make sure the red line is crossing the. If you're doing a bearish move, you want to make sure the red line is crossing the green line, or the red line is crossing the signal line. Those are both good moments of getting in, both good moments of trade. This is when I would enter trade. I probably would have entered here, but if I was late, I probably would have entered when it crosses the signal line. And then all you have to do is you wait it out, and it's let's just find another moment here in the Andean oscillator. So this right here, you see the green line going through the red line. This is still going against the trend. The overall direction here is down. So this would be going against trend. Do not do this when don't go against the trend, because the trade cycles won't last long. You always want to go with the trend, and the trend right now is down. Yeah, you can do this during the bull but not the bull run, but don't go against the trend. You'll make more if you go with the trend. So let's just find another moment on a 15-minute where this happens. Okay, we see the red line crossing the green line, so this is an entry point right here. And we also see the red line crossing the signal line right here. So you can follow the signal line till, let's see when it gives up here, till the right about here where it starts touching the signal line again. Right about here, it starts going into a point of consolidation. And right about here, you can get out of your trade. So this is another good example right here. Let's see if we can find any more on a intraday level. Now, right here, we see the green line going through the red line. This is going against the trend. And you can kind of see that it didn't really last long. So this is going against trend. Let's look for another moment. It's consolidating right here, consolidating. And this is important because you want to know when it's consolidating, because those are the moments where you really shouldn't get in any trades. Let's see if we can find it anymore. What the RCI, what you want to look for, you get more results with the Andean oscillator, but you want to look for the line to go down the green line. So that's what that's for. It's just to double confirm everything. So let's look for another moment. Okay, so right here we see the red line going through the green line, and we just follow it. And then it also crosses the signal line, and you can follow it till this point right here, and you can get out your trade. Let's just see real quickly how long this lasted. Let's see where it entered. So right about here is when you would enter your trade. Breaks out of consolidation, and you ride it out. You can ride it out till here. A good 9 to 10% profit right there. Let's just do this a couple more times, and I think you guys get the general idea on how to do this on an intraday level. That this is going against the trend. You know, we got one right here. A pretty good one right here, looks like. Red is going through the green line, immediately crosses the signal line, so this is a good moment. You also see the red line going down the green line right about at the same time. So if you got in here and you just ride this whole thing out, you can get out till it touches the signal line and you be in profit. Then after that, it went into consolidation. I'll do this 2 more times, and I think you guys get the general idea. Right here, it is going through, but this one doesn't last long. So another reason I don't like doing intraday is, you know, you have to pay attention to the charts more, and, you know, you have to get in and out of trades. It's why I like focusing on longer time frames, but, you know, overall, if it's going down, you should have some good results. But just keep in mind, if you do intraday, 15 minutes like that, you have to get in and out of trades. So just keep that in mind. You have to pay more attention to what's going on in the market. Anyway, let's just do this last one right here. We see the red line going through the green line, so this is a signal of it going down. And then you see it touching the signal line right about here, so you can get in right here, or you can get in right here to be in profit. So right about here, write it down. You can write it down to here or here. You'd be in profit either way. So anyway, that's how you do it on a shorter time frame with these indicators. Personally, I do it on the hour. Now, another method that you guys can do, which this one will take long, but you'll make more for this strategy if you focus on doing it on the 6 hour and then the hour. So first off, all you got to go to your 6 hour and you got to find the overall direction. Like we're doing, the overall direction is down right now. And then you would go to your hour. If you want to do this on a longer, if you don't want to do this on a daily where you want to get quick daily scalps, what you want to do here is on the hour, you want to find moments. You want to find moments where it crosses, like right here, and ride that out. So it works. It works by doing it on the 6 hour to the hour, or the 6 hour to the 15 minute, whichever one you want to do. If you're doing 6 hour to the 15 minute, you're looking for daily scalps. If you're doing 6 hour to the hour, you're basically, you want bigger gains and you're willing to wait it out. So that's all up to you guys. But that's how to use these indicators. I've talked about these indicators in the past, but I've mainly talked about these indicators with, you know, the longer time frames. So anyway, that's how you really use it for the shorter time frames. So if you know, I like doing it on the hour, but sometimes, you know, when you're doing it on the hour, you have to wait a while. And, you know, when you're trading, you want to make profit every day. So if there's a hesitation in the market for, you know, on the hour, for me to wait, you know, for it to find the signal on the hour, that's when I'll move into smaller time frames when, you know, it's just not, you know, the lines aren't checking off in the hour, and, you know, I want to make profit every day, even if it's a short little $20, $50 or whatever. So if I'm waiting for a signal on an hour, I'll probably go to a smaller time frame just because I want to make some daily profit. So I'll use this strategy for that. If the signal isn't there on the hour, I'll go check it on the 15 minute and find my signals there. So anyway, this is what you do. Now, basically, you can use this strategy, especially when Bitcoin, the bull run happens and all that. You'll really know when. Make sure you're checking on the 6 hour to get your overall direction, and you can check on the hour, and you can check on smaller time frames for more of an intraday gains here. But anyway, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you guys in future videos.